So you come here. Come on. You got to be in it. Come on. Pan over to here. Come on. Because you're cutting it. Say hello.
Hello.
What up YouTube? Welcome back to another Robot Wars video. Today we're hitting a rather big milestone. We're actually going to be competing in Extreme Robots in Cheltenham. The time of recording this is actually a week past, unfortunately, because I've had a bit of it. You can probably tell I've had a bit of a cold and stuff since. But we've going to have a build video and a sort of a competition video. Unfortunately, couldn't get the axe working in time because I couldn't get the speed controller. But we've got a pretty fun idea, which will be pretty cool. So let's get into it. So we've marked everything. We're gonna have like I could break myself. 2 bits here and here, which is going to be the top and base plate. These are going to be the side walls, and then whatever's left over we'll use for spares. He has brought this lovely little contraption. Would you like to explain what it is?
It's a rail saw. It's just a saw that runs on a track.
Very good indeed. So we're going to cut these off, and I just thought this is the shiny side. We're going to use the matte side because there's like a shiny and a matte side, because it'd be easy to paint later. This is like almost fucking mirror finish kind of thing. I'll have to put the dog in on that.
I didn't want to say.
But yeah, so we're going to do that and then we'll be back. So here we're just marking and cutting out the holes for the wheels, and also we'll be drilling the holes to fit the insert nuts to actually fix down the mounts for the motors. So here we're just 3D printing the mounts for the actual motors themselves. These are printed with PC Max, which is a polycarbonate filament, so they're nice and strong, and they should last us pretty well. So here we're just cutting out the side pieces and then drilling the holes for the M8 insert nuts. Just as a side note, the M8 ones were actually a little bit too big. They were making the plastic bulge, so in the end we actually used some masonry screws to fix the sides on, and then just used the angle grinder to knock them down, and then ordered some more M6 ones for the top, and they worked a lot better. So here I'm just using the bench grinder to put a point on the M20 threaded rod that I got for the spike, and then my brother's cutting off the spike to size, and some lovely slow-mo footage there for you. So here's the soldering setup. I managed to get a soldering station from Aldi a good few months ago now, and I actually tried it, so it's probably well, let's hope it works. If not, I've got old trusty over there, some 80-watt iron somewhere. But yeah, so we're just going to splice in, probably here, a fuse holder, namely this thing, and then this fits one of these MIDI fuses, and this is, for my case, I've got one rated for 125 amps, and I'm hoping that's enough. it's slightly above the what is it, the constant rating of the battery, but it's below the burst rating, and that's what you need. You need a fuse below the burst rating of the battery so it doesn't blow up. Okay, turns out I'm a bit of an idiot. Most of you probably knew that already, but no, this doesn't actually require any solder. It's a sort of solderless. Well, I suppose it depends what type of connectors you have, really. All it requires you is to bolt down onto one of these. Incidentally, these are crimp ones, but I suppose you could get solder ones. And then they connect onto the two terminals. You put your fuse in between, and then Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, really. So that was way simpler than I expected. So on to the next thing. I am going to need this soldering setup because I'm going to solder the thingamigummies, the fans for the speed controllers into the wiring somewhere. Haven't quite decided where yet. And then it'll be rather good, and then that'll be all the electrics done, and then we've just got to build the bloody thing. So here I'm just 3D printing the mounts for the ESCs, and in case you're wondering, yes, they are pink feet. I've run out of filament, so I had to finish it off with ABS. But yeah, these are just screwed down into place, and then all the connectors are soldered in from before, so they just plugged all in place. So here we're just drilling some mounting holes in some steel box section for the battery holder, as well as routing out a channel so the lid can sit down flush and the wheel still be able to stick through so it can be invertible. And also we're drilling the hole for the actual spike to fit through so we can mount it to the front. Incidentally, the spike is just mounted with 2 steel plates and 2 M20 nylock nuts to hold everything in place. So here we're just doing some final sanding to buff up the surface so the primer can take to it, and then we'll go over it with a top coat and then just decorate the top, make it all sparkly and nice. And just to finish off, there's some nice red LEDs glowing through the outer shell. Well, there we have it. There's the completed robot. If you're wondering, his name's Pikey the Unicorn. And so we're going to be competing him in the next video, as well as some nice footage from around the show, so stay tuned for that. A massive thank you to my brother Chris and my friend John for both helping me and getting this completed in such a small space of time. It was like literally less than a week we had to finish this off, and it just come out really looking good. Also a huge thanks to my dad, who kept us supplied with tea and coffee throughout the whole build process, as well as helped me finish off some of the little small bits that I wasn't able to do alone. So thank you very much, Dad. Also, thanks a lot, Mum, for generously providing crafting supplies to the cause and making the top look absolutely fabulous. So thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I shall see you next time. Ta-da!